All right, folks. So we got to talk about this. Looks like McConnell Air Force Base. We were having they were having a air show this weekend. A lot of people were getting not stroke, but heat related illnesses yesterday. There was like 150 some people ended up going to the medics and the EMTs that are all out there, posted up for the air show. Looked like a pretty cool air show. I like the Blue Angels flying around. Then you have this over here. This is the F-35 platform, I do believe. Yeah, it looks like an F-35. With that lightning bolt behind it, that just looks badass. God's like charging it to go pretty much kick somebody's ass. And the way the world's going, it probably ain't gonna have too more time to wait. And there we go. Is a picture of the Blue Angel F-18s that are sitting out there, and then on the flight on the runway, or actually it's one of the taxiways. I think I don't really know. Honestly, I've never actually sat on the runway in McConnell. Even when I was in the Air Force, I never sat over there with them. Bolt of lightning going down. That's pretty cool. But yeah, they had an air show yesterday, and then today they ended up having to cancel it because of this. Yeah, that storm. I don't know. They didn't. I don't think the weather even knew it was going to happen because I woke up this morning with about 5 o'clock this morning. Kid woke me up. He was crying, then he stopped, and then it just sounded like a bomb went off outside. A storm pretty much rapidly came through and caused some damage up there in Wichita. Down here, it wasn't as bad. We got a bunch of rain, which is nice because some of these places are kind of drying up a little bit. Cheney Reservoir probably could have used it over there because that's where Wichita primarily gets its water, and it's at the lowest level they've seen in decades. Now it looks like a couple of porta potties, a bunch of the tents and stuff like that. They're flipped over, and that the little, I think it's a Cessna aircraft. I'm not really sure what that is. That's one of the recon airplanes they used to use in like Vietnam or World War II. I just don't remember what they're called. But in other news, we're gonna go talk about, let's see, Planned Parenthood, because these guys, these awesome individuals, set up a, what did they set up? They set up a van outside the DNC, right outside the wall. Because walls are racist and they don't work whatsoever. But they worked to stop that protest I tried to break through. That was weird. Yeah, the anti-Israel protest. Yeah, the first day of the DNC, they tried to break through the wall. And apparently, that didn't get much coverage because, walls don't work and stuff, and that's racist. So they had vasectomies, abortion pills. Planned Parenthood sets up a mobile clinic near the DNC. I mean, the Democrats are always like, the Republicans are all in a cult. Like, what the fuck kind of cult do you have to be into to go to a Democratic National Convention to get a vasectomy or abortion pills? I mean, that's more along the lines of people who are in a cult. Where'd you get your vasectomy? Well, I went over to the friendly people over there, Planned Parenthood, right outside the Democratic National Convention. So you're going to vote for the dumbasses who are trying to make sure you don't have any more kids. The same dumbasses that are replacing you. Yeah. By the way, that conspiracy theory about the Republicans saying that, the conservatives are getting replaced. Like, no, they have to replace their own damn ranks because, they're fucking sterilizing them right outside their own damn thing. Apparently 10 people did this and just kind of blows my mind. Was just one of 10 patients who sought a vasectomy care at the mobile clinic. Like, seriously? You couldn't set up an appointment with your doctor, maybe? You're like, hey, doc, I want to get snipped. No, you had to go outside the Democratic National Convention to be like, hey, Planned Parenthood, I want to get snipped. Seriously? You people are fucking idiots. I mean, the Republicans are evil and a cult and stuff like that, says the people that can't figure out their gender, can't figure out what bathroom to use, and barely get fucking vasectomies at the fucking Democratic National Convention. Yeah, the Republicans are in a cult. You dumb motherfuckers. And I say that with the utmost respect. I really mean it. You guys are some dumb ass motherfuckers who believe in this shit. Holy cow. So another thing that was just kind of just crossed into the realm of possibility here was Kamala, whatever, Vice President Harris. You know what? She's the president at this point. She's running the damn country because Potato has not been around. No, he was at that one place where So he was making a speech not too long ago, and this lady goes up there, and her name was China Lee or China Lin or something like that. And he gets up there and he's like, "Well, this lady doesn't really understand it. She's from China." Like, oh my god, dude, that was her name. You stupid motherfucker. Like, this is elderly abuse right here. And I do apologize. There's going to be a lot of curse words when I kind of do stuff like this because honestly, we got to point out these guys. These people are fucking stupid. Well, they can't be too stupid. They got a whole group of people. They're like, we're dumbasses. Well, no, yeah, it doesn't. It takes a. It. I mean, it doesn't take a special idiot or a dumbass to lead more dumbasses. They just follow out of random stupidity. But here's her plan, and this, if I vaguely remember some stuff that she's says she wants to do, and I remember reading about these plans in history books. I think one of them was she wants to put price caps or something like that on the food industry. Because they're making record profits and all this other shit. And then when you actually look at the numbers, they're not. I mean, they're making record profits because people are still buying. People got to buy food, you morons. It's not that they're making record profits. It's just people still have to buy food, and if the prices of food is more expensive, yes, they're going to make a record profit. You dumb motherfuckers. Not like Apple, where you have a grocery store it's not going to be the biggest moneymaker in the world. They do enough to make sure that all their people are paid and that their execs and all that are paid. But a grocery store isn't the best place. I think their profit margin was like 2.1% or something like that higher. It wasn't much. And then you go over to a corporation like Apple, in which the person complaining about Apple, has an iPad Pro, whatever the newest one is, and then they got the iPhone 15, whatever, like throw almost $2,000 phone. It was another $1,000 for an iPad, and they're wondering why it's so expensive. Now that's price gouging, you dumb shits. I know none of the Democrats are going to watch this because it makes too much sense. But what she's going to do over here is she's going to give all the starter families. I think they're going to allocate like $40 billion for this, and they're going to give all these people $25,000 so they can go buy their starter home. But that's fine and dandy. But if I remember, if you take a bunch of money and put it into a certain sector, that is going to inflate the price, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm using common sense. Sorry. It's going to happen from time to time. My degree is only in cybersecurity and network administration. I don't have an underwater unicorn fluffing degree and understand everything about everything, okay? But common sense is going to be used. So now that everybody knows that these first time homeowners are going to get $25,000, what's going to happen to the price of the house? Ding, ding, ding. It's going to go up, which will pretty much delay the inevitable crash of the housing market. That and our economy looks like it's probably going to tank out with the rest of the world, even though everybody's like, oh, our economy is the strongest ever. So why is she saying she's going to fix everything on day one if it's the greatest thing ever? People can't put food on the table at this point. People are struggling to afford things. People are working 2 or 3 jobs, still struggling to put food on the table. What are we doing? We are sending money over to this country, this country, this country, this country, and what was it, $6,000 a month for all the illegal immigrants that were pulling across the border? Yeah, you guys better think about that for a second, because that's what's really going on. Some of those people, there was a story not too long ago, and I need to go find it because I need to post that lady's channel because that is straight up bullshit. This lady, she worked her ass off for like a good 10, 15 years. Bought a food truck, all that other stuff. She couldn't afford to do business anymore because she wasn't making enough money. She wasn't selling enough products. People just don't have money to buy anything now. So what ended up happening was she had to put her truck up for sale. Yeah, this dude from Venezuela or some crap, some country down there, bought her truck. Even told her where he actually got the money from. Said, "This is money from your own government. They're giving us all this money to come here and live here." Reduced this woman to tears. Like, oh my god. We're back. What was it, 2008 to 2016, where everybody's like, oh, we have Democrats control are in control. We're totally fine. They care about everybody else but Americans. That's exactly where we're back to. Now I'm just gonna start calling this shit out because this is stupid. And I've been watching more and more TikToks, more and more YouTube videos. I've been watching all this stuff. All these people complaining about, the rent's too high, the food is too expensive, all this stuff. And what are they doing? They're helping themselves out. They're our government, literally helping themselves out. We've got a potato in the office. Somehow he's still there. If that was Donald Trump in the office, it would have been immediate 25th Amendment. He's gone. Vance, or not Vance, who was it? Pence. That's weird. You had to stumble on something there, and a Pence and then Vance. That's. I ain't dogging on Vance. I can't dog on another military person at all. The guy seems like he has everything into it. Not like the other guy who was like, what was it, Walls? I want to ban weapons of war that I carried. What war were you in, dude? Over there saying you were a command sergeant major or some shit and you didn't even make it through the school. Now, come on. It was like me not even going to ranger school and being attached or something like that, saying I'm a ranger. Fuck that. I am no ranger. I have the balls to actually say that I never went to ranger school. I don't even want to hold the title or something like that because I probably would have never made it through the training. So you got that motherfucker over there doing that crap, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, he's the greatest Southwestern man ever." A total liar who's, has never been to war. So it looks like he's not going to be banning any guns because he never carried any guns into war. So good enough. But yeah, this is my political ranting what is today, Sunday? Oh boy, this week's been going on pretty fast. Hope everybody's doing fine. If you like this type of stuff, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. But holy shit, this is going to get insane, people. This is just total stupidity. And I'm not just going to call out the Democrats. I mean, Republicans, you guys need to pull your heads out of your asses because if you guys, I have a feeling if you guys don't pull your heads out of your asses, everybody's talking about, how the left is communist and all that shit. I'm not seeing communism out of this crap. I'm seeing straight up fascism. I mean, the way that they just kind of said, yeah, she's going to be the Democratic nomination. This is my last tidbit for this little video. In 1933, Adolf Hitler made, what was that guy's name? Von Hindenburg? A promise that if he was put into the chancellery because he lost the election in 1932, that all the riots and all the stuff that was happening in Germany would stop. So von Hindenburg did. Then, in the next election, or basically next election cycle, the guy that replaces von Hindenburg is Hitler. How did he do that? Because everybody was too afraid not to vote for him in the chancellery. He became the high chancellor by literally putting himself in there. Bet most of you guys don't know that, do you? Probably going to be a good idea to pop open a history book because the parallels between the two are just absolutely fucking scary. With everything going on, yeah, this is absolutely fucking scary.